Hello guys, you just tuned in to What's Next Jess. Thanks for tuning in. Today I'm going to discuss some current events, and then we're going to move straight forward into my Shine a Light portion and your chance to win an exclusive offer only here on What's Next Jess, and it's free, so stay tuned because you don't want to miss out on that. So first let's go and jump into these current events. I want to talk about Netflix and chill. Netflix and chill is now a job. So Netflix announced the job as an editorial analyst. And basically you would watch new shows, movies for the upcoming year. You would watch and research and rate them, tag them, and then you would have to write an analysis on it. So the pay rate hasn't yet been disclosed, but you know me, I'm going to keep you up with that. If that's something that you want to look into, why not get paid to Netflix and chill? You already do it. So that's a cool job that's up and coming. So I'll keep you updated with that. On a more serious note, I want to discuss social media live and how it's basically become a place for crime scenes. Just last year, Steve Stevens killed Robert Goodwin Sir, age 74, on Facebook Live. Just last year on Easter. Moving forward to this year, this past Easter on April 1st, Cassandra Danver, age 26, killed Devin Holmes, also age 26, in the car, right in the head on Facebook Live as well, this past Easter Sunday. She was arrested for tampering with evidence. The police say she tried to wipe her hands before the gunpowder test, and she said it was an accident. Now, with this story being said, I want you guys to basically be careful what you post to Facebook Live, Instagram Live, anything on the internet. Anything can happen in a matter of seconds, just as this video. Before she could even say it was an accident or report anything, this video went viral. Everyone seen it, made their own assumptions, and prejudged her before she even went to court. This story is still in progress. I'll keep you guys updated on her sentencing and what happens with that. So just be careful what you post on the internet. I say that on a professional level as well. You don't know what these jobs are looking for when they go to hire you. Once it's out there in the media, internet world, it's out there. So like I said, be careful with that. Moving forward, Chief Wahoo. If you don't know who Chief Wahoo is and you're living in Cleveland, Ohio, you need to get it together. Chief Wahoo is the Cleveland Indians mascot. He's been our mascot for decades. Starting in 2019, he will no longer be our mascot. The Cleveland Indians are removing him from the uniforms. He is no longer our mascot because they say he's a racist logo. Very stereotypical. So you want to keep up with that if you're planning on going to games in 2019, Cleveland Indian games. Will fans stop wearing Chief Wahoo to the games? We'll see in the 2019 games, and we'll look at the audience to see if they're still wearing that logo. Will stores stop, producing Chief Wahoo on t-shirts and hats and everything? We'll also see for that as well. We all don't know if they're going to come up with a different mascot or logo. I'll also keep you updated with that as well. The Cleveland Indians also opened a can of worms for other sports teams, such as the Washington Redskins. They also have a racist logo as well. So will they change their logo as long with multiple other sports teams that have stereotypical logos as well? We'll see. Cleveland Indians kind of just started this, so moving forward, let's see what happens to the games to come. I'll keep you updated, and with other sports teams as well. And last but not least, I wanted to talk about Starbucks. I definitely had to touch on this subject. If you don't know the story, 2 African-American men were arrested in a Philadelphia Starbucks because they were waiting on a friend. They didn't buy anything. They stood in the store to wait on a friend. The store manager of that Starbucks called the police to arrest them to say they were trespassing because they didn't buy anything and they were standing there. Now, Starbucks announced that they're going to close 8,000 stores in the U.S. on May 29th that afternoon to educate employees on racial bias. I'm very happy that they are doing this, and I hope that the employees, along with the manager who called the police, learn something in this racial bias class. So I'm finished with my current events. I'm going to jump right into this exclusive interview. I'm so excited that I got to do this. I'm shining a light on Corey. She is an up-and-coming stylist in Cleveland, Ohio. She styled me and had me do a photo shoot. Now, I told you guys I would go out and experience something for myself. I went to the mall. She styled me, and I did a photo shoot. I was a model for a day. If you know me, I'm not a model. I can barely take a selfie. So this definitely basically like was experience for me. So yeah, if you checked out those pictures, that was me. That's nothing I did before. Honestly, that was my very first photo shoot besides school pictures. So I think I did pretty cool. It was pretty dope. You want to check out this interview, and at the end of the interview, you want to stay tuned. Like I said, you don't want to miss out. It's an exclusive offer, and it's free. Everybody loves free stuff, so stay tuned to the end. She gives you an exclusive offer at the end of the interview, and it's free. So that's all I have to say. Check out this dope interview. Tell me what you think. Do what she said so you can get your free offer. And thank you for tuning in, and stay tuned for the next segment of What's Next, Jess. Thank you, guys. I'm here with one of the most underrated up-and-coming stylists in Cleveland, Ohio, Corey, also known as Styled by Yoko on Instagram. Thank you for sitting down with me today and having this interview.
No problem, girl.
Okay, so we all know that you started off at Kent State. You did 4 years in fashion.
Yes.
But tell us where it all started. Did it just start at Kent State, or was it before this? How long have you been doing this?
I would say styling myself and everybody around me, or probably it was about 6th or 7th grade. Before 6th or 7th grade, I kind of thought I wanted to be an obstetrician. It was really weird. Like, nobody can even believe me when I say that, because everybody knows I don't like gook, I don't like blood, I don't like nothing that has to do with being a doctor. Complete opposite of what I ended up being. But around 6th or 7th grade, I kind of knew I wanted to do fashion. And at first, it was fashion design. And then I realized that I hated drawing. And then that was kind of cut out. And then I don't know, I guess I just always knew that I liked to make people feel pretty, necessarily. Like, if my mom was getting dressed, I always liked to pick out what she was wearing. It started very early, before I even knew, like, fashion stylist was a thing. You know, it was just kind of like, I just like, you know, picking out people's outfits. It's kind of what it started off as. And once I figured out that fashion stylist was a thing and it was what I liked to do, that's when I realized, like, okay, I want to go to school for fashion.
So everyone has a different interpretation of fashion. So before we go any further, define fashion. Like, how do you view fashion? What is fashion to you?
I think fashion is one thing, and I think style is another.
Okay.
Like, fashion is just what, like a creative expression. I guess I would define it as basically what New York Fashion Week is every year. Like, that's fashion, you know, or Paris Fashion Week or Milan Fashion Week, whatever it is, like, that's fashion. But style is how you take that fashion and make it your own. Like, somebody can know fashion and have no style.
That's very true.
You know, like, you can know exactly what Jeremy Scott put down the runway for every season, but you might not be able to dress yourself, you know, or you might not be able to style Jeremy Scott's clothes in a way like that you didn't see on the runway. Like, fashion is just clothes, shoes, like just what we put on every day. Like, for me, I mean, that's what fashion is.
So technically, fashion is is fashion a brand? Would you say?
I would just say fashion is just the overall concept of, I don't know. It's weird for me to explain. That's actually a good question. I don't know.
Okay, so for example, let's do summer's coming up. You know, guys and girls are going to be coming out. What about the guys that just wear the Adidas slides and the joggers, or like the polo head to toe, or the girls that just wear high-end bags and stuff? So would that be considered fashion?
All of that is fashion.
But it's not style.
But they don't have style. Like, that's the difference, you know, like, you put on, like, you know, a little.
An example, there it is.
That's it.
Okay, so we know the difference. So what's the difference between you and someone that dresses well? Why should someone come out of their pocket and pay you to style them? What's the difference?
I think some people style their clients as far as how they want them to look. And for me, I kind of combinate the two. Like, I really try to pull people out of their comfort zone, and try to show them that the way they dress is not the only way to dress.
Okay.
Like, you know, like there's other ways for you to dress your body, or, you know, like it's just a certain way, you know, that you could dress. Like, and some people don't know, you know, so some people you kind of have to pull out of their comfort zone and show them that you don't have to just stay in jeans and a t-shirt.
Have you ever had a client that was just like, I'm staying in my box, this is it?
At first, but I think that's the complicated part of being a stylist. Like, you kind of have to be able to get to know your client. Like, for me, it's not just I'm gonna throw clothes on you and that's gonna be it.
Right.
Like, I'm gonna try to figure out, you know, not necessarily a friendship, you know what I'm saying, but just like, you know that we cool and that you can trust me, because if I'm styling you, you have to be able to trust me. Right. You know, like, just know that even though it looks crazy at first, it's like how we were at the mall. Like, it's like, I'm gonna tell you that, okay, like stripes and checker go together, you know, and you looked at me kind of like,
no.
I ain't never seen nobody wear no checker and no stripe. Like, what you talking about, you know? But like, some things just work, and it takes a stylist to be able to put it on somebody for them to be able to see that it works. But they're not always open at first to putting on stuff, and that's kind of your job as a stylist, to make them comfortable and, you know, be able to let them know that it's okay to trust you, and I'm not gonna have you nowhere looking crazy. Right. You know?
So basically, you just said something about the mall, and when we were at the mall, actually, we went to different stores, and it was Aldo in particular, and you were kind of upset about the different brands, and I guess I would say kind of knockoffs of high-end fashion. Why do you feel so strongly about that? Why don't you like that? Don't want people to buy that? What's so?
I think it's just a respect factor. You know, like it's like a singer. Like, if I hear somebody singing my song terribly, I'm gonna feel like no, she didn't just screw my song up like that. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's the same with fashion. It's just kind of like, if you have a certain respect, like I would say right now in 2018. Gucci is probably one of the most knocked off brands right now. And it's just like, I guess it's not even discreet anymore. Like, it's just like flat out, like, this is clearly a Gucci knockoff. You know, like the sneakers, like you say in Aldo, like the sneakers in Aldo right now, like they're so close to a Gucci sneaker. And it's just like, that's somebody else's design. That's somebody else's, you know what I'm saying, vision. Like, you don't take what somebody worked for, you know what I'm saying? And obviously Gucci is not they're not alive anymore, you know? But so it's holding their legacy. And
if you can't afford it, don't do the knockoff. Just
stay. Everybody lives like that differently. For me personally, like, I grew up in a single parent home. I couldn't have designer. I couldn't, you know, like, and I made my way. I went to the thrift store. I went Forever 21. Like, you know, like, I'm gonna have style no matter where I go shop. It doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter about the brand or anything.
It don't matter about the brands. Like, yeah, but I mean, some people, right now people are so brainwashed as to think that you have to have on a certain name to be, you know, stylish, and that's not the case. I think there's a big group of people who don't think that way at this point, but there are still a big group of people that just feel like if they don't have on Gucci, they don't have on Louboutin shoes, like, it's something wrong with that. Like, you know, me personally, I just don't buy fake designer. Like, you know, it's just like, I would rather, first of all, it feels better to go in the store and you finally get to go in Chanel and you finally get to buy something. Like, for me, that's a big deal for me, obviously because it's my passion, but like, I can't wait till the day where I go in Chanel and buy my first bag. I don't want a fake Chanel bag before I have my real one. You know, like, it's like, I don't need to.
Sense of accomplishment, sense of success. I did it.
Exactly. And that's what I think people don't get the chance to have. You know, they so busy trying to flex for other people and flexing for these people that also don't have anything. You know, it's just like, why are you doing that? Like, just wait your turn. Like, when I worked at Saks, I bought my first pair of Chanel sunglasses. And they was just like a classic pair of Chanel glasses. Like, there's different levels to Chanel glasses. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just got the, you know, classic little, you know, little $300 pair. Like, and I was happy with that. Like, it was, but there are $2,000 Chanel sunglasses. There are, you know, I can't afford that. And I'm not going to go and buy a fake pair. Because I can't have the real pair. I'm going to buy what I worked for. And, oh, this is my first pair of Chanel. Like, It just made me so happy. Like,
so being an up and coming stylist in the city of Cleveland, where there is up and coming everything. We have up and coming stylists, up and coming designers, chefs, you name it. Like, there's up and coming, but it seems as if so many people are still on the same platform. Like, what's the obstacle to get yourself out of the circle and get yourself on another platform? What do you think that obstacle is? Because a lot of people move out of Cleveland just because they feel like they can't succeed in Cleveland. They feel like they have to go to Atlanta, New York, LA, or wherever they want to go. So what do you think those obstacles are to get yourself on a higher platform, and how do you overcome those obstacles?
I know everybody hears this saying a lot, and it's kind of overused at this point, but it really is just about trusting the process. You know, like, you have to start somewhere. And every single person in any industry has had to start somewhere. You know, so me personally, for my career, I do not think that Cleveland is a place for me to have my career, but it's because of, like you said, the platform that I want to be on. Like, but I'm okay with starting here and conducting my own photo shoots and proving myself, because people just want things handed to them. And that's not how it works. You know what I'm saying? Like, you don't just get to put out 10 photo shoots and think you're going to be the biggest stylist in the world. It takes time. And it's crazy. Like, I can look at my first photo shoot and look at my photo shoots now and see the growth. And that's why you have to put in that time. Like, and you don't have to be in New York to do that. You don't have to be in LA to do that. And if you're insecure, you don't even feel like you can do it, that's going to follow you anywhere. It doesn't matter where you go. And most of the time, what stops people is the fact that they're so insecure in themselves. And it reflects your performance. Like, you know, and I have my moments all the time. Like, I tell myself I suck probably 3 times a week. You know, like, even though I know that I'm good at what I do. I mean, with social media, like, we compare ourselves. We do all of these things that we know are not good for us. But, I mean, you kind of can't help it, you know, sometimes. And you kind of got to be able to lift yourself out of that and, you know, just keep working for what you want. Like, I mean, it's just, you just have to start somewhere. Like, I would just say the biggest obstacle is honestly just believing that you're going to be a bomb-ass stylist no matter where you go. Whether I'm in Cleveland, whether I'm in New York, or whether I'm in LA, I'm a bomb-ass stylist. Like, this is what I do.
That mindset. So with that being said, how do you feel about criticism, especially with the outfit you styled me today, what I have on right now? And when you first put me in these stripes and shoes, like you said, I was looking at you like, huh? What am I going to do with this? You sure? So, and a lot of viewers that are watching this now are probably going to look at it and say, going to criticize it and say, I still don't like that. Like, she did totally wrong. So how do you take criticism? How do you tell people to overcome that criticism and keep believing in yourself and keep going forward? First of all, criticism is very important. You gotta know how to take heat. Number one, especially with the fashion industry. Like, it's just one of them places where somebody gonna tell you you suck 3,000 times. Like, and you gotta be able to say, like, no, I don't. Like, I don't. I know I don't. I know I don't. And you, like I said, you're gonna have your days. You like, shit, maybe I do. But I mean, like, you gotta be able to wake up the next day and shake that off and be like, okay, like, I'm good at what I do. But I also think that constructive criticism is also very good too. Like, you know, Todd, like, that's my best friend. Like, we help each other so much. Like, if he's feeling doubtful about something, he might send it to me and be like, well, what you think? And I'm like, it's bomb. Like, you know, don't doubt yourself. And I'm the same way. I send him stuff. Or he might say, like, I think maybe, you know, because he has more experience with styling men. So especially when I'm styling men, I'm very like, okay, well, do you think I should do this? Do you think I should do that? Like, what is it that you think I should change? And he might tell me, like, okay, well, this is a man, so maybe don't roll up the sleeve. Maybe don't, you know, like, you have to be able to take that, because nobody knows everything. Like, no matter how good you are at it, no matter how many years you spend at Kent State, you don't know everything. So you have to be able to allow people to tell you, like, okay, this is what you did. Next time, maybe try this. Like, this works better when it comes to men, or this works better when it comes to a shorter person, or this one works better. Like, you have to be able to take that criticism, or you will never grow. Exactly. So I don't want to mess these up. Hardcore Caviar, Riding Dirty, and Lost and Found are some of your work shoots that can be found on her highlights and Instagram. So you guys can go click them and look at them. They're amazing. When I was clicking through them, they look like magazine shoots. Every one I clicked, I'm like, this looks like it should be in a fashion magazine. Oh my gosh, it's so wonderful. So is that what people should expect from you when they are getting styled by you? Are you perfecting in magazine type shoots, or can you go across the board? If you want to do gothic
Yeah.
I can do gothic too.
Right.
Like, can you do everything, or is your specialty just like magazine type shoots?
So magazine type shoots would be considered like editorial. So that would be editorial work, and that's what comes natural to me. Like it takes research and work for me to be able to like style like this, like something more casual. Like I have to figure out how I can make you look like glamorous, or like styled by Yoko. Like you gotta look styled by Yoko without me like being so over the top. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm very over the top. Like I like detail. I like props. I just like magazine work. Like I just think you can do more with it. You could be more creative. Video shoots. Like that's kind of like my forte, because it gives me a chance to make a person look like whatever I want them to look like. Right. And when you're doing like a birthday photo shoot, or like styling somebody for something like this, it's a different dynamic. Like you kind of have to be able to give them style without making them, in this case, you would look like a clown. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like if I was to put you like in what I put Ashley in for Riding Dirty, like you would look crazy. Like it's not that type of shoot. So I think I've gotten better though at being able to do it all. Like now I'm able to like style like this, or style red carpet, but that's kind of extravagant too. So I can, that comes natural to me too. But I think I'm able to do whatever, but I think every stylist, any fashion designer, any rapper, singer, anything creative, or anything for that matter, like it requires research. Like yes, a lot of it is your natural capabilities, like your talent. Right. Like if you have raw talent, you'll be able to style, but eventually you have to be able to like go online and look at different things, look at the past, because everything in fashion comes back. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be able to look back and kind of get that inspiration for something else. Like no stylist is just like pulling themes out their ass. Right. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I mean, you might have an idea. Like okay, I think I'm going for 40s. Like then I'm gonna have to go on Tumblr. I'm gonna have to go on Pinterest. I'm gonna have to go on WGSN. I'm gonna have to really look, and see like what was people doing in the 40s. Like it's the theme. You have to research.
And do you have any fashion tips or advice you would want to give to the viewers, somewhere you shop, somewhere, because everyone goes to Fashion Nova, most girls go to Forever 21.
Right.
Pretty Little Things online. Is there any places that you go specifically that most people don't know about, or?
Probably not. I would say maybe the one website that I go on that a lot of people that I've come across don't know about is probably Dow's Kill. And it's Dow's Kill.
I learned something.
Yeah, and it's very like kind of punkish. It actually reminds me of how I used to be when I was younger. I was very like kind of kooky. Like I don't know. I was just very like, I don't know if a lot of people know this old character, but all my teachers at school and my mom, they would call me Punky Brewster. Okay. Like, Punky Brewster was like this girl on TV back in like the 80s and whatnot, and she would wear like mismatched chucks and like Pippi Longstocking tights. Like that's how I was, and that's kind of what Dow's Kill is. Like it gives you like a lot of funky clothes that you just can't find everywhere. Right. And I mean they're pretty fairly priced. Like they have higher end brands on there, so you may run across like some high end stuff, but that's probably one of my favorite websites. But to be completely honest, most of my clothes come from the thrift store, number one, and number two,
that's where your style kicks in.
Yeah, like I have more fun shopping in thrift stores, and a lot of my closet has come from my mom. Like my mom saved a lot of her stuff, so I was able to kind of pull a lot of her closet. I wear a lot of her stuff, and believe it or not, like all of the shirts that I had, like this shirt, like I had this shirt maybe like in the eighth grade or like ninth grade, and it originally was a full top. And then, like, once I got sick of it, I just cut it. Like, and, like, I kind of just reconstruct stuff, like, as I get tired of it. Or I might go in the basement and find a shirt that I had when I was 7, and obviously that's tiny. But now that I'm 24, it's a crop top on me. Right. So I wear it as a crop top. Like, I don't know. I just kind of, like, I like to scavenger hunt. I like to make stuff out of nothing.
Okay, so before I wrap it up with you, I have to ask. What's next, Corey? What's coming up? Give my viewers and I something exclusive. What's coming up? What's next for Corey?
Okay, well, I moved to Arizona, and that didn't work out, as much as I wanted to, which I kind of expected. I wasn't expecting for Arizona to be like some crazy fashion world that I was going to break into. It was just somewhere for me to go that, it was just for me to get out of Cleveland and just kind of live a different lifestyle. But next I'm going to New York. New York or LA. I haven't really made up my mind yet, but either way, I'm gonna have some crazy work coming, as always. And just for this show, I'm gonna do a promotion. So basically, after this drops, the first 2 people to follow me and repost one picture from their favorite photo shoot that I've ever done, I'll style them for free. The only thing that you'll have to pay for is the clothes.
Do y'all hear this? Do y'all hear this?
Yes, the only thing you'll have to pay for is the clothes because that's what costs me.
Okay.
But you don't have to pay me for my services. Like, I just want to style 2 people, have fun with it. Anybody who has maybe wanted to be styled by me but maybe thought they couldn't, like, I'm down for whatever. Like, I love making people feel beautiful, so I want to be able to do that. Like, give something to other people.
Y'all have a birthday.
A birthday, I don't care what it is, a random photo shoot,
baby shower,
whatever you want to do,
okay?
I will put you together for the free. Okay?
Go follow her, Style by Yoko. Can they reach you on any other Twitter?
I really don't get on my Twitter as much. Everybody drills me for it, like I should, but just Instagram for me. I like the pictures.
Follow her, Style by Yoko. Repost her, one of your favorite photo shoot pictures. Get styled for free. Just pay for your clothes, and in the end, we're gonna keep your clothes. Free new clothes.
They all yours.
They all yours. That's so amazing. Thank you again for sitting down with me.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for tuning in to this my very first segment of What's Next, Jess. So stay tuned for my next one.
Yes, for sure.